Namaste. So I'm going to read 3, chapter 4, the hymns to the great Devi by Vishnu. Om Vakratuna Maha Kaya Surya Koti Samapurva Niraviganam Kaya Sarkaya Mekadantaya Vigna Vakratunaya Om Gam Ganapati Miyadevi Sakoti Shubhadyara Vinda Satra Hari Om Tat Sat. Brahma said, thus speaking, Bhagavan Janardana Vishnu spoke to me again. Come, let us bow down to her again and again. Let us go to her. We shall reach at her feet fearlessly. We shall chant hymns to her. Mahamaya will be pleased with us and will grant us boons. If the guards of the entrance prevent us from going, we will stand at the gateway and we will chant hymns to the Devi with one mind. Brahma said, when Hari addressed us in the above way, we too became choked by intense feelings of joy. Our voice became tremulous, and we waited there for some time. Our hearts were elated with joy to go to her. When they accepted Hari's words, saying Om, and got down from our car, and went with hastened steps, with fear, to the gate. Seeing us standing at the gateway, the Devi Bhagavati smiled, and within an instant transformed us three into females. We looked beautiful and youthful women, adorned with nice ornaments. Thus we greatly wondered and went to her. Seeing us standing at her feet in feminine forms, the beautiful Devi Bhagavati looked on us with eyes of affection. We then bowed to the great Devi, looked at one another, and stood before her in that feminine dress. We three then began to see the pedestal of the great Devi, shining with lustre of 10 million suns and decorated with various gems and jewels. We next discerned that thousands and thousands of attendants were waiting on her. Some of them are wearing red dress, some blue dress, some yellow dress. Thus the Deva girls, variously dressed, were serving her and standing by her side. They were dancing, singing on, and playing with musical instruments, and were gladly chanting hymns in praise of the Devi. O Narada, we saw there another wonderful thing. Listen, we saw the whole universe, moving and non-moving, within the nails of the lotus feet of the Devi. We saw there myself, Vishnu, Rudra, Vayu, Agni, Yama, Moon, Sun, Varuna, Tavasta, Indra, Kuvera, and other Devas, Apsaras, Gandharvas, rivers, oceans, mountains, Visva, Vasus, Chitraketu, Sveta, Chitrangara, Narada, Tumburu, Ha, Hu, and other Gandharvas, the twin Ashvins, the 8 Vasus, Sandhyas, Siddhas, the Pitris, Ananta, and other Nagas, Kinnaras, Uragas, Rakshasas, the abode of Vaikunta, the abode of Brahma, Kailasha's mountain, the best of all mountains, all were existing there. Within that nail of the two were reflected all the things of the universe. The lotus, whence I was born, the four-faced Brahma, like myself, on that lotus. Bhagavan Jagannath lying on that bed of Ananta, the 2 demons, Madhuketava, all I saw there. Seeing all these wonderful things within the nails of her lotus feet, I became greatly surprised and thought timidly, what are all these? My companions, Vishnu and Shankara, were struck with wonder. We three then made out that she was our mother of the universe. Thus, full 100 years passed away in seeing the various glories of the Devi in the auspicious nectar-like Manidvipa. As long we were there, her attendants, the Deva girls, adorned with various ornaments, gladly considered us as Shaktis, or Sakis. We too were greatly fascinated by their enchanting gestures and postures. For that reason, we saw always their beautiful movements with great gladness. Once, on an occasion, Bhagavan Vishnu, while he was in that feminine form, chanted hymns in praise of the Devi Bhuvaneshwari. Sri Bhagavan said, "Salutations to the Devi Prakriti, the creatrix. I bow down again and again to thee. Thou art all auspicious and grantest the desires of thy devotees. Thou art of the nature of siddhi, success, and vritti, increase. I bow down again and again to thee. I bow down to the world mother, who is of the nature of everlasting existence, intelligence, and bliss. O Devi, thou createst, preservest, and destroyest this universe. Thou dost the pralaya, the great dissolution. Thou showest favor to the created beings. Thus thou art the authorist of the above fivefold things that are done. So, O Bhuvaneshwari, I bow down to thee. Thou art the great efficient and material cause of the changeful. Thou art the unchangeable, immovable consciousness. Thou art the half letter Ardhamatra. Harelika, the consciousness that ever pervades both inside and outside the universe. Thou art the supreme soul and the individual soul. Salutations again and again to thee. O Mother, I now realize fully well that this whole universe rests on thee. It rises from thee and again melts away in thee. The creation of this universe shows thy infinite force. Verily, thou art become thyself all these lokas, regions. During the time of creation, thou createst the two formless elements, Akasha and Vayu, and the three elements with form, fire, water, and earth. Then with these thou createst the whole universe, and showest this to the enjoyer, Purusa, who is of the nature of consciousness for his satisfaction. Thou again dost become the material cause of the 23 tattvas, Mahat, etc., as enumerated in the Sankhya system, and appearest to us like a mirage. O Mother, were it not for thee, no object would be visible. Thou pervadest the whole universe. It is for this reason that those persons that are wise declare that even the highest Purusha can do no work without thy aid. O Devi, thou createst and art giving satisfaction to the whole universe by thy power. Again, at the time of Pralaya, thou swallowest forcibly all these that are seen. So, O Devi, who can fathom thy powers? O Mother, thou didst save us from the hands of Madhu and Ketava. Then thou hast brought us to this Mani Dvipa and showed us thy own form, all the extended regions and immense powers, and given us exquisite delight and joy. This is the highest place of happiness. O Mother, when I myself, Shankara and Brahma, or any one of us is unable to fathom thy inconceivable glory, who else can then ascertain? O Bhavani, who knows how many more than the several regions that we saw reflected in thy nails of thy feet exist in thy creation? O one endowed with infinitely great powers, O Devi, we saw another Vishnu, another Hara, another Brahma, all of great celebrity in the universe exhibited by thee. Who knows how many other such Brahmas, etc., exist in thy other universes? Thy glory is infinite, O Mother. I bow down again and again to thy lotus feet and pray to thee that may this form exist always in my mind. May my mouth always utter the name, and may my two eyes see always thy lotus feet. O Revered One, may I remember thee as my goddess, and mayest thou constantly look on myself as thy humble servant. O Mother, what more shall I say than this? May this relation as mother and son always exist between thee and me. O world mother, there is nothing in this world that is not known to thee, for thou art omniscient. So, O Bhavani, what more shall my humble self declare to thee? Now dost thou do whatever thou desirest. O Devi, the rumor goes that Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the preserver, and Maheshvara is the destroyer. Is this true, O Eternal One? Is it through thy willpower, through thy force, that we create, preserve, and destroy? O daughter of the Himalaya mountain, the earth is supporting this universe. It is thy endless might that is holding all this, made of 5 elements. O grantress of boons, it is through thy power and lustre that the sun is lustrous and becomes visible. Though thou art the attributeless self, yet by thy Maya power thou appearest in the form of this prapancha universe. When Brahma, Mahesha, and myself take birth by thy power and are not eternal, what more can be said of Indra and other devas than this, that they are mere temporary things and created? It is only thou that are eternal, ancient Prakriti, and the mother of this universe. O Bhavani, now I realize from my remaining with thee that it is thou that dost impart out of mercy the Brahma Vidya to the ancient Purusa, and thus he can realize his eternal nature. Otherwise he'll remain always under delusion that he is the Lord. He is the Purusha without beginning, that he is good and the universal soul, and thus suffers under various forms of egoism, ahamkara. Thou art the Vidya of the intelligent persons and the Shakti of all beings endowed with force. Thou art Kriti, fame, Kanti, lustre, Kamala, wealth, and the spotless Tusti, peace, happiness. Amongst men, thou art the dispassion leading to Mukti, complete freedom from bondage. Thou art the Gayatri, the mother of the Vedas, and thou art Swaha, Svadha, etc. Thou art the Bhagavati of the nature of the 3 gunas. Thou art the half matra, half the upper stroke of the letter, the fourth state transcending the gunas. It is thou that givest always the sastras for the preservation of the devas and the brahmanas. It is thou that hast expanded and manifested this whole phenomenon of the visible universe for the liberation of the embodied souls, jivas, the parts of the pure holy Brahman, the full, the beginningless, the deathless, forming the waves of the infinite expanse of ocean. When the jiva comes to know internally and becomes thoroughly conscious that all this is thy work, thou createst and destroyest, that all this is thy Mayic pastime, falls like the parts of an actor in a theatrical play, then and then only he desists forever from his part in this theatre of world. O mother, O destroyer of the greatest difficulties, I always take refuge unto thee. Thou dost save me from this ocean of samsara, full of moha, delusion. Let thou be my saviour when my end will come. From these infinitely troublesome and unreal pains arising from love and hatred, obeisance to thee, O Devi, O Mahavidya, I fall prostrate at thy feet. O thou, the giver of all desires, O auspicious one, dost thou give the knowledge that is all light to me. Thus ends the 4th chapter of the 3rd skanda on the hymns to the great Devi by Vishnu in the Mahapurana, Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Ved Vyasa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kavanitra Gashma Shikta Om.